Just a second. I'm really very sorry for the inconvenience. So, very good morning, very good afternoon, and a very warm welcome to everyone. It's our biggest privilege uh, once again welcome you to Vestralex free online community classes on law. This is a free legal literacy initiative for you, by you, and possible only through the generous contribution of our seniors, of our mentors, of our guides. Before we start today's class, I just want to most kind note that in the most unfortunate sense of and series of events, what has happened is that Dr. Sai Kumar Patru, who has been one of our founding mentors and the founding fathers of the online community classes initiative, so recently passed away. And in Sir's humble and kind memory, I request everyone to kindly just maintain a minute's silence. So, very briefly, just a little about Sai sir for everyone to know. Sai sir, Dr. Sai Kumar Pathudu, sir is he was an advocate, law teacher, guide, guru, mentor for numerous young law students. I've been myself one of the I think one of the prodigies that sir has had the chance of guiding, shaping. He's been fundamental. He's always tried to help and aspire and inspire all young students. So he's been just very fundamental and he's very, very close to all of our hearts. And we hope and we pray that we may be able to take forward this humble initiative in Sir's guidance and in Sir's life. And with that, sir, I most humbly welcome Yumnam, sir. And sir, it's just been very, very grateful. We're all very grateful to you, sir. It's just been your gracious presence that you've agreed to speak on this very interesting and very unique, at the same time, very sensitive topic, so that I've come to understand. Before we start the class, sir, may I just give a very brief history about how this particular class has shaped out? So I think a lot of people will not be knowing, but I think the first time we had a class with Shri Yumnam sir was back in 2022. So sir was it was very interesting that I spoke to sir. I asked him about one interesting, but any one topic that sir would want to speak about, and sir chose the topic of mob justice. So I'll try to put the link of that class as well for everyone's reference, so that people know that whatever is not just started, with whatever has recently come in the news and whatever recent political motivations or etc. are being spoken about with respect to this very, how do I say, sensitive topic, and obviously a lot of important say right now. At the same time, sir has been very kind and very generous to suggest that sir would want to see the legal side, considering that sir is in such a position that he is the president of the Bar Association of Manipur. So, sir is everyone has to come to sir, and sir obviously is dedicated to everyone. So, irrespective of all of that, it's just been a kind blessing that we have this opportunity today. A little bit about Nirmalchand, sir, before we start the class. Shri Yumnam Nirmolchand Singh, sir, is a humanitarian. He does a lot of such initiatives that can be found online as well, wherein sir is always involved. He's always reaching out and teaching to young students. He's been extremely kind and generous with us. When we also requested sir for the class for the first time as well, sir, without hesitation, he said yes. And I still remember that sir was not feeling well that day. Yet, sir took the time out. He did the class because he had committed. And so it's just a blessing to have you with us. Sir was designated as a senior advocate on 30th of June 2017. Sir is the president of the High Court Bar Association of Manipur, and Sir is the best person, I think, right now to have to be giving us any form of an insight on this very unique topic, and we hope to learn more from Sir. Yumnam sir, I welcome you with folded hands, sir. It's just a blessing to have you with us. I welcome all the esteemed guests who are here with us today. And sir, I request you to kindly take the class forward. We'll have an interaction session towards the
May I start? Yes.
but I also have a lot of questions, and I'm certain that
Just before starting this class, or I said introduction, I just want to say that the topic which we are going to discuss today is very complex topic, and I have certain limitation what to speak and what not to speak. But whatever I have the knowledge, which I think it is true and correct, that I will narrate. And I'll give my opinion, whatever it is feasible. And at the same time, I, being the president of the High Court Bar Association, I represent all the communities residing in the state of Manipur. Though I belong to a particular community, still I represent all the communities and I respect all the communities. Now I will start with a little facts. The problem in Manipur, it starts on 3rd May. But before that, just I want to have a brief fact about Manipur's geographical location. Manipur is a very small state, maybe one district of Bihar or UP, maybe larger than Manipur state. And the population also very less. It is about 35 or 34 lakhs only. And the total area of Manipur is 22,327 square kilometers. Out of this, 90% of the land is of hills only, and 10% of the total area is for the valley. So in the valley area, the Meiteis communities resides, and the Meitei communities mostly confined in this valley area, only that 10%. And remaining 90% of the hills, it will be dominantly habited by the tribals. Some other communities are there that is for business or some official works, transfer and posting like that only, because it is a area where tribals are residing. So there is certain obstruction difficulties in buying land also. And another thing is that in the valley area where the Meiteis are residing, that is, but at the same time, other communities, tribals, Muslims, Nepalis, Bengalis, Biharis, Punjabis, so many communities are residing in this valley area. And earlier they can buy the lands also. But in this 10%, almost half the population resides, or more than half of the population reside in this 10%. And the population of the Meiteis consists about 49 to 53% of the total population. On the other hand, tribals makes about 40 to 43% approximately, not the exact data, but it is a approximate knowledge I had. Now I'll come to the main topic. Manipur merged with India on 15/10/1949 and statehood in 1972. And Manipur is a very beautiful place where there is a lot of tourist attractions. Then tourism could have been flourished. There is no law and order. Now, the main disturbance, how it comes on 3rd May 2023, is that there was a rally organized on 3rd May 2023 in different hill districts against the order passed by the High Court of Manipur relating to consideration for according scheduled tribe status for Meitei communities. On 3rd May, the rally starts in many hill districts, but in one hill district that is called Churachandpur, in the afternoon, from the rally, it turns out to be violent and spread in the peripheral area, and there was a lot of clashes in the afternoon. Then, from the evening of the May 3rd, in the afternoon, epicenter starts in Churachampur and this periphery area. Then it starts to valley and other hill districts completely. So, consequence of these clashes is that house of both the communities burned down, many houses, and demolished, which rendered more than 60,000 citizens become homeless and living in the relief camps as on today. That is for more than 1 year and 3 months, they are languishing in the relief camps in a very, very pathetic condition, which is very difficult to express by words. Now, after these communal classes, the risks of life for both the communities are now threatened. One community cannot enter in the area dominated by another community. That another community cannot enter into the area dominated by the other community. And now, lot of loss of life and property of both the communities occurred. And the two communities are Kuki and the Meiteis. Now, as on today, what I got, from the information I gathered, to my limited knowledge, I may not be fully equipped, but whatever knowledge I am sharing, the main demand as of now by the community is separate administration for Kuki-dominated area. Separate administration for Kuki-dominated area. Then main demand of the Meitei community is to stop, complete stop of poppy cultivation for production of psychotropic substance or drugs. This is one of the main demand. Then second demand is the implementation of National Register of Citizens. We call it NRC in short, to identify the illegal migrants in the state of Manipur. And the main third one is the protection of reserve forest area. These three demands is met by the many other demands also there, but I choose these three main demands, because to shorten the matter. So first demand by the Kuki, separate administration of the Kuki-dominated areas. Main demand by Meiteis, complete stop of poppy cultivation for production of psychotropic substance or drugs. Number two, implementation of NRC to identify illegal migrants in the state of Manipur and protection of reserve forest area. Now, the present scenario, just I'm so in between that from 3rd May till today, clashes are going on, heavy gunfights are going. And my brother, Mr. Keshav, asks whether it is a mob. No, characteristic of mob is something different. In short, mob is a large crowd or group of people who are angry and violent in nature and difficult to control. Mobs are often characterized by franchise behavior with a high state of suggestibility, and it lasts for few hours to few days only. But here it continues from 3rd May 2023 onwards till today. And particularly in the mob violence, sticks, knives, swords, sometimes crude bombs, stones, then some handguns might be used, not more than that. But here in the present class in Manipur, both the parties in the class, they use sophisticated automatic weapons, high upgraded bombs, and many other sophisticated weapons are used. So this is not a mob. It is just like a small battles that occur off and on. Now, here, the one very peculiar thing that I want to raise before this meeting, gunfight sometimes continues from many hours to many days with brief pauses, of course, because they have to eat, they have to take rest. But after a pause of few hours, again it starts. That means it is continuous fighting sometimes. But what I want to know, what I fail to understand is that the security personnel deployed in that conflict area, what they are doing when such conflict starts. Because you see, conflict for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, okay, it is a elitarian or is little difficult areas. But when it goes for hours and days, why the security personnel, the central forces or state security personnel, why they fail to contain such clashes and they become a mute spectator? How it is possible? In any part of India, it won't happen. It will never happen. But here it happens for the last so many months, more than 1 year. This indicates that there is a total or a deliberate failure on the part of the security security system. It is from my information that I have received, there are additional 60,000 central security forces deployed in Manipur. 60,000 in the existing state security forces deployed in Manipur. So population is hardly 35 to 36 lakhs only, and security is around 1 lakh only, 1 lakh security personnel in a small state. Why they fail to contain, why they fail to stop such gunfights? If it start also, they should stop. Why they took so much time to contain such clashes? And as on today, for the last about 2-3 weeks, there is a lot of allegations about the drone bombing in the valley area. And I heard that it has been entrusted to the National Investigating Agency, NIA. Then rockets firing where many innocent villagers died. No doubt in the gunfight, both casualties are for both the communities, but whatever it is happened, it is not good. I feel it should not have happened. It ought not have happened. Now, in this, I'm narrating the present situation. The more alarming situation is that after the allegation of drone attack and rocket attack, which will be confirmed by the investigating agency, there is another information which has been published in the local dailies, that issued by the security advisor, Mr. Kuldeep. I have gone through the newspaper and I have seen some of the viral documents. And the more alarming situation is that the security advisor of Manipur, in a press briefing, states that about 900 trained armed militants from Myanmar have entered Indian territory in Manipur. And these militants are newly trained in the use of drone-based bombs, projectiles, missiles, and jungle warfare. Further, it was also stated in the newspaper that these militants are organized in the groups of 30 and are currently scattered in the peripheral area. They are expected to launch multiple coordinated attacks on Metis villages around September 28th. This press release again caused panic with the high magnitude to the citizens. Thus, what I have stated now is not from my side. It is what it has been reflected in the newspaper, because I don't want to use any name of the communities, because I want to narrate the story in a neutral way, on the legal perspective, not the political perspective, but in a legal perspective, how there was total failure to implement the rule of law. Whatever the gunfight or the clashes between two communities happen, I am very shocked and unhappy that many lives are lost, many houses are burned, many properties are destroyed, and many peoples are now displaced. More than 60,000. I feel pity. I feel very unhappy how such things happen in this civilized world. This ought not to have happened. Whatever the community may be, but it ought not have happened. There should have been peace. Now, my short opinion, some short opinion is that some 4 or 5 opinion I want to make. First opinion is that law and order seems to be toothless and without appreciable activity. So these need to be improved and make the public, make the citizens of all the communities to feel secure and safe. The second one is that for the last 15 months, these armed conflicts, firings going on under the nose of the Central Security Forces and the state security forces which are deployed in that area. However, the same cannot be stopped till then. Despite having additional 60,000 security forces, in addition to the present state security forces, which is highly deplorable on the part of the central and the state government. And second is that the security forces become a mute spectator and fail to contain the gunfight, fail to control the conflict. Number third is the central security forces guarding the border area also have failed to check the infiltration of armed militants from the border area. They are supposed to block it. Yes, 5 people, 10 people, 10 militants. It is quite considerable, but coming in hundreds and in huge number, it cannot be detected. That means there is certain flaw or some mistake or lack of performing duty by the central security forces guarding the border area of the Manipur and Myanmar. So at this eventuality now, both the communities, they have difficulties to access the national highways, particularly 2 national highways and state highways. Both the communities have difficulty to access fully the highways of that is national highways and the state highways also. Then how much problem the peoples, the citizens living in the Manipur. Now, as an interim measure to bring to a final settlement, first to recover arms and ammunition, that is sophisticated one, bought from the hills and the valley, and national highways and the state highways should be free for all the communities to travel by providing proper and strict security. This is interim measure for coming to the peaceful settlement, to stop any form of attack or firing from any community to other community, to find ways and means to settle the issue, both by the state and the security national the central government and the state government. And last, the central and the state governments should do the needful that law and the rule of law do exist in the state of Manipur. With this, I will conclude my brief narration, and we can have certain interaction, and sometimes certain questions which I find it difficult to answer, and which may
Sir,
cause
again,
any
it's just
complexity.
it's just
I
an
may not.
academic discussion, sir, as you said. So we'll just try
Yeah.
that.
Uh,
So, so
Please let us.
before, sir, actually, I am just waiting for Chala sir's ideas and thoughts about this because, sir, again, I am very curious to know how the High Court actually intervene. But just before requesting sir to come and share his opinions, I just want to ask
Yeah.
you, sir, one more thing. That, sir, I
Yes,
remember that,
please.
so you were here in Delhi also for some Supreme Court PIL which was there, I think, or some
Yes.
litigation was there. So, what is the status of that, and what is happening at the Supreme Court right now?
Uh, the High Court Bar Association, without offending any community, we filed a writ petition. Some interim prayers are also there before the Honorable Supreme Court, because all the cases relating to the present crisis are now pending in the Supreme Court from the May 2003 onwards. They have constituted one Gita Mittal Commission, consists by 3 retired honorable judges of the High Court, and our case is still pending. There, one of our main prayer is that the highway should be free for all the citizens, for all the communities to move. But as on today, some orders were passed, and Gita extension of the Gita Mittal Commission is also permitted. Despite this, the highways and the state highways cannot be used fully by all the communities, and the case is now pending for final disposal till that. And we are also feeling slightly painful that the tendency of the cases in the Honorable Supreme Court has caused serious problem in the state of Manipur, because new developments relating to this crisis, any case cannot be entertained in the High Court of Manipur, because all the related cases are now pending in the Supreme Court. That is the present situation. But otherwise, our High Court, that is High Court of Manipur, is functioning very fully, and we are all discharging our duties. The High Court is also discharging their duties, even in the curfew period. Also, we are discharging our duty. But however, we don't have much access, or we cannot approach the Honorable High Court on the same issue or similar issue connected with the present crisis to the High Court of Manipur. We have to approach the Supreme Court, and approaching to the Supreme Court by the litigants, it is a little difficult. That much.
So, Chala, sir, very unique situation, I think. Sir, I think I'm just trying to look at it from an academic perspective, and I see
Yes.
this as a very unique challenge that democracy faces, because different places like US has a very different sort of a police administration and everything, and I don't think that same we would ever appreciate in India. So, sir, similarly, sir, you have so both of you, sir, for that matter of fact, have so much experience about so many kinds of things, so many different people are there, so many different unique things happen. So how are these situations, so how do you see them play in the constitutional purview, and so do they challenge the constitution, or how does the constitution see all of these things?
What I felt now is that Article 14 and 21 provided by the Constitution is not fully implemented now in this situation in Manipur. And you see, as I have already told, gunfight goes on from hours to days continuously, and in that situation, the central government forces or state forces deployed in that particular conflict zone, they fail to contain it. Then naturally, it goes without saying that right to life, equality before the law for the citizens residing in Manipur is completely devoid. Because you see, for me also, I can't go to the national highways for more than 5, 6 kilometers. Beyond that, I can't go. If I go beyond that with my car or with a public vehicle, then there is chances of loss of life and property. Not for me, for for both the communities. So then how the rule of law exists? Yes, we can tolerate for 1 day, 1 month, 2 months, but the same situation goes on for 15 months continuously, more than 1 year. Then our
So I
security
can
forces are,
understand the frustration that may come up, sir, for any person who has to be
I don't know
subject,
how they have felt.
like say liberty
Yes.
only is at stake. I think liberty, everything, entire Article 21 comes down to liberty only. Tell us, sir. So how are the citizens in this situation? So what can the citizens do? Do they just sit and wait?
Pardon?
No, see, so far as the state missionary is concerned,
Yes.
state missionary and state administration is concerned,
Yes.
situation either the as of today,
Yes.
what we have to assume, what we
Yes,
have to
please.
assume is that at this point of time, whatever the material which they have or they may be possessing or information they might be
Yes.
having, situation is that if little more freedom or the one which originally restoring back to the original freedom may further escalate things and which may
Yes.
lead to much more violent altercations. We
Right.
do not
Right.
know.
Right.
So that could be the one, or even if you, like as a lawyer, you and me go and question, what the state will put forward is that material. They say that these are all sensitive issues, and then being in the administrative side, it is best left to the administrator to take a decision. But the pressure from the community has to be mounted so far as the legal issues are concerned. But at the same time, it's not that this only started in the month of May, or it might have been there simmering for a few more years earlier. But it's not that it's a new. The people living in Manipur are not the people who have come from outside.
Yes.
They are the people. They are the sons of the soil or the daughters of the soil. They are the people of the soil, and they lived all along together in a very peaceful manner. And there may be some issues with regard to the inter disputes, but they're all basically individual level disputes. Maybe there is some land dispute between two communities, or not communities, two individuals belonging to two communities. That could be there. Or some small disputes with respect to it could be money lending, or it could be various aspects, just like in any other state or anywhere.
Yes.
But the conflict to escalate to this level, and that too, as brother has said, it all started with the High Court order.
Yes.
It all started with the High Court order. And
Yes.
what is the status of the High Court order? If the High Court order is bad, it can be set aside by the Supreme Court.
Correct. Not by the rally or by showing the arm, this strength. But yes.
And see, that in prima facie, it looks as if, there is a interested elements who are really behind this one. Maybe it could be vote bank, or it could be the very different way of taking control of the situation, control of the state. We could be we are outsiders totally, because Brother MN is the one who is really will be knowing about these aspects. You take for instance the same thing with when it comes to Jammu and Kashmir, the thing which are happening. And then there is also the problem, these states being in the border states. The border to the either Bangladesh or to the Pakistan, whatever in the end, ultimately Myanmar. See, basically, you are in the border states. And then, then border states, they have problems in the other countries. They have their own problems. And then there is when it comes to the economic prosperity, at any day, we are better off than the other part of the across the border. And when it comes to like Keshav and myself, when we come to Manipur, maybe we can be easily identified as an outsiders. But between the persons in that side of the border and this side of the border, by mere physical appearance, nobody can make out who belong to which part, except the seasoned eye. So that aspect also may be contributing. And where does the finance come? Ultimately, all these people who are on the roads or who are altercating, where do they get their livelihood? It is not that they are not eating every day. It is not that they are not engaging themselves in whatever way they have to engage. They have to do either some work or other to earn a rupee. It's not that money comes to them freely. So the question would be, the deeper question or deeper investigation is who is feeding all of them?
Sir, may I, sir, just most humbly interject,
Yes.
sir. I understand, and with utmost sincerity and with utmost due respect to this very important and crucial topic of national importance. Sir, I have some very small, sir. Chala, sir, I am just coming to your point only. That, sir, I have some thoughts with respect to Yamnam, sir. I also wanted to know that how is the legal machinery, process, courts, and all functioning? So, how are young lawyers? Because, sir, where money comes, I can absolutely understand where, because we've all gone through that young lawyer phase, and
Yes,
we know how
now,
difficult it is.
that is a very good question, which is highly appreciated. Now, what is that? Now, the functioning of the court, that is particularly High Court, is fully functioning. Young advocates are also working. I, being the president of the High Court bar, I have seen it. We are working. Everything is running smoothly for High Court and for other lower judiciary also. It is all functioning. It is all functioning. Only the thing is that the present clashes between two communities, it cannot be contained by the state security force as well as by the central security force, and how the arms, and who is financing, and it is a very difficult question to answer. But in my opinion, just whether it is right or wrong, drug money involved. Because, see, I heard, I don't know, it is no audit report for this drug business. I don't know anything about the drug business, about the just what I heard from the newspaper and from the social media is that
So it is filled
more than 50,000 crores turnover. I don't know how far it is correct, but considering the using of these weapons, I think it may cost a lot. There should be a financial, and rightly pointed out. But regarding the judicial system, it is quite intact. It is going on. Only the thing is that state missionaries as well as central missionaries who are deployed here, they need to be yes.
No, sir, please you complete, sir. I understand that absolutely, sir. There would be a lot of no wonder, sir. It's been continuing for 1.5 years nearly now. So obviously there has been a lot of a lot of faults at a
Something
lot
which is
of
very,
ends.
very difficult to understand.
So I was just going through the Honorable Home Minister's statement very recently. He spoke about I think he spoke about fencing the entire Myanmar border, which is
Yes,
1,500 kilometers. So I was flabbergasted. Because I understand that it's not straight terrain; it is mountainous terrain. It will
yes,
be and managing that also later on, just not creating it's but again it's a I think that it's possibly some very big work that the government has undertaken. Obviously it's good. So I was also seeing the other thing that so apparently the Myanmar border was quite porous earlier, so they had India Myanmar had some travel pact that I think it could be easily people could travel easily without visa as well. So they've taken that
yes.
back
That is
also. I was
called
just going through
FMR.
FMR, yes, sir. So
Free movement regime. It has been stopped now.
certainly. And then, sir, again, sir, so what I
For the last few months, it has been stopped. Earlier, one can enter for some kilometers without the visa or without the passport,
so,
but it
sir,
has been stopped.
sir, what I really appreciated about whatever little he spoke was one of the factors was that he also mentioned because I remember, sir, speaking to you, over such a long period, we were very concerned, sir, since so long when all of this started happening. Thankfully, right now it's
Yes,
not what it was earlier. But sir, he also mentioned that road blocking that you mentioned that some roads have been blocked that roads have been blocked. I can understand that that is actually a very big factor possibly for in Manipur that is creating a lot of hassle whatever traffic movement is there. But I think his statement was that apparently those blocks have been moved or that
no, no,
the
no.
point.
It is not about the physical road block.
Okay.
Road is open. The road is open. Only the thing is that either of the community cannot utilize the road fully. Say, for example, you please take one example for me. I am in capital in Imphal. So in the east, I can't travel more than 10 or 15, 12 kilometers. Beyond that, it is a risk to the life. Then on the south, I can travel for about 47 kilometers. Beyond that, I can't go. On the in the north, I can travel for about 20 kilometers, not more than that. And again, in the west, I can't travel more than 10 kilometers. Road is there, but you can't travel. Same thing for other community also, same problem happens. So for me, we have no alternative for particularly for passengers. We have to go by flight only by the flight or helicopter service. Helicopter service is unpredictable. So we have to go by flight only. If I want to come to Delhi, I can't choose uh, road. I have to choose flight. This is the situation. Please take an example to me.
So, sir, but in these circumstances, and I ask both of you, sir, in this respect, should there not be some subsidies or some relaxations because irrespective flight travel would become more expensive for
We
people?
have requested, considering the situation, to relax. But as on today, there is no subsidy or relaxation in the airfare. The
But
government
sir,
has
some food is being provided by CRPF, I believe on
this aviation ministry. They have to have done it, and we are requesting also.
we hope, sir, we hope that that happens.
No, I am Keshav and also my brother senior. What strikes to me is, you see, every time,
Yeah,
like,
one peculiar thing is that suppose your good self and Mr. Keshav comes to Manipur. You land at Imphal airport. Okay, for you, you can go anywhere till the last border. Also, you can go 100 kilometer, 200 kilometers, no problem.
So we
Only the
listen to
problem
that.
is
It always
of the
helps.
two communities only.
no, that's what is the genesis? See, these are all, they are the people who have been there for centuries.
Yes, yes, yes. More than centuries.
More than centuries. It's a
Yes.
identification of the label which has been given is that the this tribe or that tribe or the label which you have
What
given to
I feel is
yourself.
that no, I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. See, we live in a very small land, very small state. It is a state, no doubt. Status of state is there. Governor is there. Chief minister is there. But in comparison with other big states like Bihar and the UP, as I have told, it is about the one district only. Here in this small state, if communities wants one portion for one community, one portion for another community, and another portion for another community, how it will work? See, all the communities should live together and should work together. See, in Singapore, how many communities there? If they want to this Taiwan and all, so many communities are there. Suppose in India also, if they say that South India should be separate administration, if South India, if North India is another administration, and then Bengal will have another Eastern, then how it will go on? We have to live together. We have to love each other like before, and separate homeland, separate homeland. What is the meaning of this? I'm not in agreement with any type of homeland at this juncture because Manipur is not the Telangana, the separation, then Uttarakhand and all. It is a very big state. It is feasible, but here Manipur is a one district or one state. If it is uh, bifurcated or trifurcated in three, four states or three, four union territories for every community, then what will happen? Then where is the secularism?
Sir, as
So
apart from secularism,
we must love each other. We should live together.
Sir, we love you. Sir, first of all,
cannot live without another
you,
community.
sir, we love you and everyone, all participants and every single citizen of this country. We love you. And please, there is no difference, sir. Absolutely, I'm with you on that. There just cannot be, there just simply cannot be anyone who believes there's a difference. They are wrong. They have to change their own mindset. But we are one, and that no one can change us. So thankfully, as being advocates, we get to read the constitution, understand that okay, we are one, and nothing can change it. So that's the most beautiful thing. But sir, Chala sir, as per you, sir, because Yamnam sir also mentioned a very beautiful thing that I don't know how it is happening, but whenever some people come together, they start speaking a lot of things. So what is how can so how can togetherness, how can that be promoted? How can people be made to feel and believe that they are truly appreciated and that it's okay and that obviously violence is not the answer for anything?
So probably, you know, the whole thing started off with the High Court order and classification. And classification for what purpose? End of the day, either for the state given benefits or state given jobs. In other words, there is a requirement of the creating more employment and keep the people busy. If they are busy, if they are making some living, they have no time for fighting among themselves. And then interdependency of the individual, that's the part of the society. It's not the question of I belong to this community or that community or this tribe or that tribe. Basically, we are all human beings. Only one community. That class is human beings class. This faith or your beliefs are all created by ourselves. And only thing is we have too much of time. And there is somebody else who is financing us. Somebody else is giving you food. Somebody else is this thing, externals. So we need to identify, we need to look for ourselves internally. Neither the state government nor the state administration, central administration, they will not be able to do really anything except that, you know, it is an opportunity in the given system for them to make some more money. You know, the amount of money which gets spent there, how much really goes for a particular cause in a real sincere manner is always a question. Now you are saying the 1500 kilometers, let us assume 1500 kilometers of border fencing. if
The
the
large
implementation has to happen. No. What I'm saying is, see, that's an employment creation, or is it a the budget money which goes there? How far it gets really? I'm being very open.
No, so absolutely. So
Well,
it just opened my mind. So that is the reason why. So I think I consider this blessing. That so where all of you, where you guys think that is where I think where we've stopped and where we start relaxing. Also, you start thinking beyond that. So the moment you mentioned employment creation, I think that is absolutely what Yamnam sir was also saying, that and so how to integrate people and how to effectively put them to some use.
so if you are forced to stay together and work together, there is no other choice other than to be brothers and sisters together and work together and survive together as a humanity.
Now, another thing is that excuse me, one thing, that about the border fencing, it is very good that the Home Ministry announced border fencing. But now what happened is that now another problem comes up, that the Home Ministry is saying that I from the newspaper it is learned that, and many problems are also coming up. For one particular community, fencing will be done later. For another particular community who is residing in the border area, for them it will be done first. Border fencing, how can it be prioritized based on the particular community? It should be done in a uniform manner. But how, that means someone is there who wants the pot boiling instead of making it cool and making it
Yamnam,
peaceful period.
may I just propose one thing? And sir, it's sir,
Yes,
please,
please.
it's just आप सर नादानी समझना, मेरी बेवकूफी समझना. But sir, sometimes I feel that it's not that there is a, sometimes it's not a conspiracy. Sometimes I believe that it's just a misunderstanding. And so most of the times I feel that that is the thing. At least whatever little experience of litigation I have, most of the time I've seen
Yes.
that both parties, there is some misunderstanding between both the parties. And I think ADR, that's why I love alternative dispute resolution mechanisms, that you sit, you resolve the dispute. Whatever is, until and unless you decide, you choose to sit, you choose to answer one very important word, sir, which I understand. I don't know the relevance of it. I think maybe idealistic, but you tell me, sir, whether if it really makes sense. The forgiveness. So there is no manner of moving forward.
Whatever roadmap for peace, for bringing peace, any roadmap, it has to be initiated from the central as well as state government. They have to make the ways and the means to bring peace in the state of Manipur. That it is for them to decide, because for me, how I will, I am not an expert in the making the resolution, but the final resolution should be peaceful coexistence between all the communities. Peaceful. See, I am coming to Delhi. I am doing. So if I say that Delhi people should not come in my place, and but at the same time I should go, then how it will work? So we should live together, and peace should be there. So how it has to do, it is for the government, both central as well as state government, to work out. So they have to do it without further delay, instead of making the pot boiling all the time. This was stated by the Supreme Court also when the matter comes up, that some person or some individual or something is there who wants the pot boiling in Manipur.
Chala, sir,
That is
what are your thoughts? And sir, considering that we have very limited time for the class, so we requested 1 hour. 1 hour is over, sir. It's just been a blessing that Chala, sir, we've had the occasion and good fortune of having your company and of learning and sharing your opinions as well. So, sir, your final points and thoughts on this. I understand that.
Sometimes I request that at least one, two, 3% of the group may visit Imphal. Now it is very peaceful in this, particularly in Imphal. Only expecting that we may have drone attack or something like that.
Sir,
But otherwise, see, I am. Please visit the High Court. Please visit the subordinate court. I will assist you.
No, Manipur is a lovely place. In fact, I loved the place when last we visited about 5-6 years back, when Justice Sudhakar was the Chief Justice there from Chennai.
Yeah, we were very happy at that time.
Yeah, it was
prior to COVID, we were very happy.
No, maybe ultimately, see, the solution has to be found by you, not by anybody outsiders. Neither so far as government machinery are concerned, they don't understand much there. And who is in the government? Again, the same people. It is probably not even the central government. It is the only state government or the people who are in the state. They are the ones who understand the situation one way or other, and I think they are the ones who have to find the solution.
Federal type of administration, it is indicated in the constitution, everything. I also agree. But the only thing is that the state government must not be interfered. Instead, must be supported by the central government so that the state government can perform their duty to the full.
True,
That
true.
is what I feel.
So just before we just part, sir, just one final thing. So I'll just ask everyone also if they have some question. There is this one thought, sir, which has been shared by Mr. Sanvay. He says, according to my opinion, misunderstanding only gives rise to formation of civil dispute, and therefrom criminal dispute originates from the very civil dispute unless redressed on time. So, sir, again, sir, I think at the end of the day, sir, I don't know, sir, I don't understand litigation to some extent that why people litigate when things can be.
What my friend said is correct. Civil dispute, correct. It was a civil dispute that we must have this much boundary for this community. We must have this land for this community. That is the start. Then criminal action taken because guns are taken off. Then this gunfight starts. Communal this fighting start. So it is correct. So that dispute needs to be resolved.
Sir, guns are, but if there is a dispute with respect to the land or even this one doesn't get guns. Somebody is giving guns. Somebody is financing for guns.
This is not about the individual land. It is. Oh, yeah, you'll be wondering. See, last time I went to National Sports University, which is nearby the conflict area. It is about 6 kilometers from my place. I was visiting there because first National Sports University in India that will be established, that already established for that location, construction work and all. I being a interested person, we registered and we all went. Then from the hills nearby this movement of some armed peoples are there. So we are forced to come out because it is within the range of sniper rifles. So we came. It happens about 3 weeks back. So here guns is not that old model. It is all sophisticated one here. Very, very sophisticated one.
That's what I'm saying. They don't come free. They don't come free. Somebody is giving.
So why not please visit sometimes and see.
We are afraid of bullets, sir.
World that exists in our country. In practical, because you will have more access than.
Sir, I am coming as soon as possible. And sir, we are going to be staying with you. Sir, I will be interning under you. I will learn from you. I will apprentice from you.
Okay.
And Salah sir will obviously vacation because he has earned it now. And obviously, I will try to learn. So, but I'm actually very sincerely, sir, I'm trying to come there and I want to drive and come. So, sir,
Yes.
please, whatever issues are there, please get them resolved soon. I wanted to be very happy and,
For you won't have any problem. Whatever that is in a high court or any other Delhi area,
Sir,
I will see that you will be doing happily in Imphal.
Sir, it's very kind of you. Sir, but sir, for everyone's so kind consideration, since sir, you've all been so kind, sir, I just seek little indulgence, sir. I want to share one thing which happened with me for these classes, sir. It has so we've been organizing these classes for about 4 years now. So,
Yes.
4 that we're doing this now. 25 classes each year. So now, yet, sir, what happens is that for this particular class, the last time in 2023, when we decided, so when we spoke that whatever something happened, I spoke to Yumnam, so that how are things, how are you, hope everything is well. So mentioned that obviously there are a lot of things, and we discussed that it was just the start. Nothing had escalated. It was not political then. It was not a lot of issues by that time. So at that time also, sir, because we had this discussion, it had recently just started to boil and become a little political and sensitive. So I shared these whatever messages are there. I try to share with whatever lawyer groups, advocate groups I know. So, sir, from two groups, I was removed. Those were groups in which they had only added me as admin because I keep sharing all of these legal education things. So they only added me that I share this. And so fear and favor, that is when I understood that all of these things, either people do not agree politically, they don't have that inclination, or they are scared. And it's most unfortunate, sir, when I see that people get scared. So I most humbly, so whatever is there, so Yamnam sir, right now so much is being spoken about Manipur online, and people who have practically zero knowledge and who don't even want to research properly, they are doing most of this speaking. So, sir, if there is an opportunity when someone from a very senior legal background from the state of Manipur, and that to an advocate who properly stays between the people, with the people, everyone comes to you with problems only. So when there is an opportunity to learn from such a person, then at that point of time, I think people should be more appreciative and more forthcoming rather than what happened. And the same thing happened again this time around. This year also, sir, for this particular class, last time we tried, it got shifted. So then again, I sent it to some groups, and so they were absolutely, how do I say, they did not appreciate it. They were like, why are you sending this? This is not related to the group topic or something. And I was like, at the end of the day, every single thing has a legal genesis. Every single thing is formulated from the constitution. Every single thing, no matter what you may believe in, everything comes from the rule of law. And then how can you simply just turn a black eye, blind eye towards what does not seem convenient to you? So it's just something which I want to put forward to everyone. Please, let's look at things academically. Let's not have opinions. Of course, when we don't have knowledge about something, let's learn, सुनो, अपने अंदर प्रोसेस करो उस बात को, सीखो उसमें से. जरूरी नहीं है कुछ बोलना.
Because
Any which way,
what is happening here is
anything
that
over here.
we learn how to apply law. Then there's so many laws are there. How we apply, then the privilege provided by the Constitution of India. And now let us also learn how this available law in India, it becomes not applicable or becomes unapplicable in the state of Manipur.
So we'll request Sir Chala sir to have give us one session, one learning on how these laws, how they are, how
So we know how they apply,
judges-
and we should also know why this law is not applicable in this particular
So what are the situations
place.
in which
Why?
laws
That
are
is
to
what
be
I
applied
wanted to
where?
bring out in this session. Same
Sir,
law is here
hope that it
throughout
becomes
India. Whatever law it is
nice.
here, it is also here. But why it is not applicable? Why it becomes toothless here in Manipur? Why? That is what I want to highlight.
So I have humble reservations, sir, in this aspect, because I see, sir, just one thing that everywhere, I think somewhere or the other, people just feel that there is something that they should be getting which they've not gotten, and that is the genesis of every single dispute. And so forgiveness is the only one answer that I understand. Everyone will have to forgive. There is just no other answer, in my humble understanding.
It's not
And
forgiveness,
obviously,
to be togetherness. In fact, sharing and togetherness being important. Sharing and being together. And as a humanity, we have to exist and we have to continue to exist.
so it's just your
And
guidance.
adherence to the basic tenets of being good, do good, be good. And in cooperative spirit, one has to live together. If you suddenly realize what is your lifespan is only 100 years max. If you are very lucky, if you are very lucky, 100 years. And I keep joking, even if it is 100 years, anyway, 8 hours a day you sleep, 1/3 is gone. That means 30 is gone. And first 20 years, you don't know what exactly you are doing. So when you calculate, you hardly have any real active lifetime. And for that, why create all these issues? Anyway, Keshav, thank you very much
That is very,
for
very
being
kind.
inviting. And I thank Brother Raman also.
Very kind of you, Yamnam
And
sir. Very, very kind of
I'm
you.
sure that I will have an opportunity to meet the learned senior counsel sometime.
Sir, absolutely, sir. And sir, I'm coming with you. I will tag along with you. I will come with you. We will both go together to Yumnam, sir. I will.
Yes, we'll go.
So you will need someone to assist you with your files and your bags and all.
Let us go and see the place, beautiful place actually.
So it just reminds me of this one particular quote by another very famous advocate in India, Mr. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. So Gandhiji apparently said, sir, that justice which love gives is surrender. Justice which law gives is punishment.
Punishment.
So I just pray and I just hope that the love and surrender is for everyone and everyone gets to be very happy and things go better. Yamnam sir, all of our wishes and all of our love to all the people of Manipur, every single community, every single person. We just pray that they're able to move forward and get over all of this very very soon. And so that's most important I think right now that I can say. And the most it's I am not the best person to be speaking about such big things, so I'm just grateful that Chala sir has been so kind to be with us through this journey. And so both of you, just looking at both of you on the same screen, I am absolutely flabbergasted.
I also would like to thank all the participants who had the patience hearing for only three of us speaking, and they have been absorbing and
So
been.
we've done the class after a long time, so relatively
Thanks, everyone. Yeah.
here. Hopefully, sir, by the time we do your class, that will also increase. Yamnam, sir, most grateful to you, sir. And sir, anything, sir, any parting words that you want to say?
I believe in peaceful coexistence.
And sir, we believe in
No
you.
caste, no creed.
So we believe in you, sir. And we're absolutely with you.
Thank you, sir.
Very, very grateful to all of you, sirs. Very grateful to everyone who's joined us. And if you've joined us so far, the initiative, share with your friends. It's free. Please let your other friends also know. You get to interact with such luminaries, and just a blessing. So I just hope and I pray that everyone got something to learn. And deeply grateful to all of our seniors and all the friends who've joined. And so thank you so much. So may I seek permission, sir, to end the class today?
Thank you, sir.